This was my big purchase this month. Was I wanted some different hides for in my maternity cages, so I bought these from Rat Prints, and I asked them to customize them so that the lid could be removed from the top, which you can do with 2 hands very easily. The reason I wanted this is I don't like having to lift the hide out of the cage every single time I check on my babies, which during the first couple of weeks I'm checking them every day, every other day, something like that. And I don't want to have to like mess their nest up every single time. Not all my moms choose to use a hide, but I like to give it to them as an option. So this way I'm only going to have to mess it up when I actually clean the cage out. And that way I also don't risk when I set this back in smushing any babies, because I can put this in, lid off, and put babies inside and then put the lid back on and not worry about babies getting caught under the edge. I keep trying to cover up my camera because I'm filming this with my phone flipped the wrong direction. So I'm very pleased with this. They did a fabulous job. I actually had an issue where they accidentally sent me the wrong lid for one, and they were super fast to send me a new one to replace it, and super sweet people. So highly recommend Rat Prints. They are really fast to fix any issues you have, and they're super nice. And their products are really reasonably priced. This was expensive for me, but it was worth the cost because I shouldn't have to buy any more. Unless the rats just chew them all to smithereens, in which case I'll replace them, of course. But very happy with that. I had hunted everywhere to find something, and everything else had a solid bottom, which I did not want because I didn't want to have a bottom that would hold pee and everything in. I wanted it open on the bottom with a removable lid, and I wanted the lid flat so I can scatter feed up here and mom has a place to hang out if she wants to get away from babies. So these are perfect. I'm so excited. This is the silo hide. I don't know if they're offering this version on the website or not, but you could probably contact them if you really wanted it and see what they can do, because that's what I did. So yeah, highly recommend. All right, Dollar Tree. So I want to make a board, like a clipboard with clothespins on it, to hang on the outside of my playpen right here. And the plan is to have it have, I'm going to put with vinyl letters Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the whole week basically. And then the clips will say boys and girls. And the reason I want this is I have a really hard time if there's not something visual remembering things. Part of that's ADHD, part of it's dyslexia, part of it's just being a mom and having too many things in my brain. So my plan is then what I can do is put a clip for which day the rats have last been out in the playpen, because I keep getting mixed up, and like there was one month where I know I got the one group of rats out way more than the other, and that's just because I couldn't remember. So I want to be able to give them all their turns and let them all play and have a chance to do that. So that's what this is for. I hate this color, but it is what it be. I may cover it with something, but for now it's going to be this color, and then I'll just find some vinyl that I like to make the text out of. I was going to do this a different way, and it flopped big time, so plan B. And then I bought these binder clips. I use these for all kinds of things, but I needed some more. I don't remember why, but I remembered I needed them, so I got them. These are book rings. Dollar Tree has started having these, and I'm very excited about them. It might be cheaper to buy them in bulk. I haven't really done the math, but the main thing was I needed them right now and didn't want to wait. And they do sell these online on like Amazon in all kinds of colors if you really want specific colors. I did not. So I got these from Dollar Tree, and I use these mainly with my Chaos line because they chew plastic rings. I also like these when I have babies because they tend to chew the plastic shower rings more. So these are great. They're thin. They work really well on the hardware cloth or on cage bars. So yeah, I got a couple. I got, I think, 3 of this size and 4 of this to fill up my thing. And then the other thing I got was beads. I do use Dollar Tree's beads a lot. They are pine. They are dried. They're safe. So I needed more square, and I needed a couple of the circles, so I got those. So I'm running low. I use these mostly for spacers, but the Chaos line also does like chewing them, so I can't reuse them for my rats. Normally when I have a toy chewed up, I take off the parts that aren't too chewed up and reuse them. And I can't do that with that line, so I needed some more to replace. So that's what I got them from Dollar Tree. Although this isn't really like 4 in the cage, it's still for them because it will help me make their quality of life better. Bunch of things to show you. So from Ingles, I bought this recycled paper pellet litter. I get one from Walmart. This was the same price. It's basically the same thing. So I got that. I don't litter train my rats per se, but I find I like this better for in like baskets and things in their cages because they don't kick it out as easily as they do shavings. And I really want it in these little bins on the side because they are kicking the shavings out of those. So that's what I got it for. I also wasn't able to get the number of lentils that I wanted last time, so I got some more of those. And my Ingles was out of the Ezekiel cereal, so I got those as well. So that's what I got from Ingles. The anniversary of being a rattery has come around, and I technically missed it because it was like the end of June. And it's currently the beginning of July. So we're going to celebrate. And I bought some really fun enrichment for the rats. So I bought these different streamers. I got 3 different kinds. We've got a rainbow, a pink, and a blue. And they're 9 feet long. I want to see after I open them if I can maybe like cut them a little smaller. Because obviously my cages aren't 9 feet. If I can cut them though, then I could like string them up in a couple of places for each cage. So I bought 6 of these. I think I actually have 7 cages though. Let me check. If I count my son's cage in his room, I have 7. So I may take a small piece of one to give to his rats. So I got those. And then I also bought the tissue paper tassels. These are super fun. My rats love these. And it's got 12 tassels on a string. I will split these up among the rats and probably put them on some toys instead, but I know they'll love these. So that's what I got them from Five Below. These I think were $5 and this was like $2.50. Okay, don't let the bag fool you. That's just what my mom had to give me this stuff in. So because I make my own mix, my mom and sister and some of the churches have been saving me these larger containers. Now I do still have to wash them. And this one was previously used for some other food stuff, but I needed bigger containers for some of my mixed ingredients that I use quite a lot of. So I have 1, I have 2, and I have this one, 3. And then I've also got a red coffee container and a green one. I use these green ones to make platforms with in my cage, as you can see here. And there's one on that door. I don't think I have another one I can show you right now. That's my son's shirt. Don't worry about that. And then I've also got some cardboard tubes that they gave me because they saved those for me. Although, as you saw from my last video, I have a ton of those still. In fact, this is full and I could probably fill another one. So I'm going to have to use a bunch of tubes in the next month or 2. Probably going to be making a lot of cardboard tube related toys, which hopefully I can share with you once I've made a couple. But those will be for my rats. I don't think I'm going to probably wind up putting any in the Etsy shop, but I might change my mind. It depends. So I have lots of different tubes now because this is in addition to what I already had stashed. So that's from my mom, my grandmother, and my sister. So, this is an Amazon order. I don't know what happened to my scrubby washcloths, but I like these for cleaning toys, and they were all gone. I don't know what happened to them. I had 10 of them. They disappeared, along with every other washcloth in our house. So I ordered these like neutral tone stripes for the rats, and then these were on a deal, and I really wanted some green ones. So for Prime Day, I got myself, for the rats, these green binder rings. So that's my Amazon order. From Petco, I got this bag of bedding because I needed some pine with larger flakes. I hate this super fine stuff that I've gotten. This is bigger than that. So I got 1 bag of that. I also got 2 bags of Aspen from Walmart. No. I also got some treats, which I'll put some clips up of me giving the rats their treats here. These are already in a container, so I can't really show them to you very well, but they're little dog bones and these little like peanut butter flavored gumdrop shapes. From Walmart, I needed some markers. I had a whole pack. Don't know where they went. These are wet erase markers. I like these better than dry erase, and I use them on my bins to write the date that I last cleaned them. And then this one means the last full setup change. And so I do a full setup change at least once a month, sometimes twice. It just depends. The bedding gets changed out roughly every week. It just may fluctuate a little bit. And then I also use them on my labels and put who's in what cage on the labels. And I like having different colors because then I can change like which color I use depending on the month. This month I've been doing pink, so they've got pink. Last month it was started out blue and then turned to orange because I couldn't find my marker, so it went all over the place. But this month's pink, so we'll use pink when I clean the rest of the cages this week. And then I also got them 2 bags of Aspen bedding because I had been struggling to find it for a while and it finally came back in stock, so I got that. I did find out when I ordered that the other one that I like better from Pet Supplies Plus is in stock again, so I will be getting that soon to swap it out because I like that bigger fibery bedding better. But that's what they got from Walmart. I'm not going to take a picture of the other ones, but I also bought 3 of these from Petco because they were on a deal for half price, and I really want to have one for each group of rats. So I had that one, and I currently have 2 groups of girls. The honorary girls can go with these girls in a carrier if I need to. And then I've got 2 groups of boys, but this group is rather big because there's 9 of them. And then this group is 5, and they're all standard sized. So I just felt like for one carrier wasn't enough. And I have other carriers. I have a critter trail that I use as a carrier. I have a fabric one. And then I have 2 tote bins that I converted. They're smaller. So I have those, but I also have like a pop-up triangle-y shaped one. So between the 4 carriers that match and the triangle one, I have carriers for everybody now, which makes me really pleased. And if I have rats in breeding, then the lab bins also double as a carrier in a pinch. So yeah, that's what I got them from Petco. Right, girls? Right, Daisy? Daisy, you're so cute. Hi, baby's breath. Y'all pushing each other out of the way? Why? All right, Ingles. From Ingles, a box of Greenberry cereal and some flax seeds because I ran out. From Dollar Tree, first of all, not in this bag, came this puzzle. I just picked one with lots of colors. I'm going to poke holes in that and use it on toys because my rats love chewing cardboard. Got several of these different flower lays in different colors. I'm going to take these apart. I'll probably save these little plastic pieces that are in between and use those as beads in the future on some of my rat toys. And the flowers I'm going to string also on toys for the rats to pull down and make nests with. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, okay. There were only 2 of these, and I thought they were so cute. It's a little acorn basket, but it has a hole in it so they can climb in and sleep in it if they want to. I totally see them like stuffing this with something. This was $7. I know they're going to chew this stuff off. It's like a papery material. That's fine because it's metal underneath. I can actually see that right there. So when they chew it all off, it'll be fine and still usable as long as it's not sharp, which I couldn't feel any sharp spots when I checked the 2 I bought. In fact, this one is trying to come apart right here. So I'm like, enrichment. That sounds fun. So I could rewrap it if I wanted to, but I probably won't. Once it's done, I may paint the top parts a different color and leave this beige color because it looks like it's just beige. But I thought it was cute and it will be fun for them to tear up. I will have to take the pumpkins off because they're foam, and I don't give them anything with foam because I have a lot of trouble finding information on the toxicity rating of foam. Some of it's fine and some isn't. So I just don't give them foam items for that reason. So that's Dollar Tree for my rats. Upon closer inspection, they're also on like a wire, so I'm just going to clip this little zip tie and take the whole thing off, and I'll put the leaves with this stuff to repurpose, but the little pine cone and the pumpkin being on wire, I'm not going to keep those. Alright, I've got a bunch of stuff to show y'all. So from Hobby Lobby, my cardboard playpen is 7-ish years old and it's just in rough shape, so I'm going to replace it. And of course, Dollar Tree has not been great at stocking what I need, so I bought some pieces of cardboard. They're about $3 each, which is $2-ish more than I really want to spend. But I got 8 of them because I like a good size, so we've got that. And then I also bought tape to tape it together. I really wanted this color. I am going to cover these in contact paper, but I want to measure and make sure that what I order will cover it fully so that I can just like wipe it clean, because my current playpen, the biggest issue with it is I cannot wipe it clean. The second biggest issue is that it is just bent and torn and tattered, so I'm gonna make a new one. I think 7 years is a good long run. So that's what I got for the rats from Hobby Lobby. Alright, I recently took the kids to a 5 and dime store, which is now 5 cents to $1. If you're in the Greenville, South Carolina area, you can go to Wilson's. There's also one in Simpsonville, which is where we went. And I found these, and I was really excited about them because the price was just amazing. They're these multi-mats, and there's 3 little mats with twine on them, and they were $3.99 each. So yeah, I bought like 3 or 4 of them. I can't remember how many, but they're made so that you can like leave them as a like little floor thing, a hideout, a ramp. I thought it also would be fun for them to chew because it's just basically hay or grass, and for chewing purposes this is fine for rats. Really, notifications. For chewing purposes this is fine for rats. If you see that they are eating it, then don't let your rats have it. But usually they don't eat it, they just chew it, and that's fine. And then they can put it in their nest, and it's like a great little piece of enrichment. So that's what I got them from the 5 and dime. Next we have Walmart, and one of the items I bought I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to throw away because it broke. But they needed more mealworms, and I've needed it for a long time. I finally got some. These are for making stuff for the Etsy shop. And I needed some key rings. I've got 2 of those. These are made from wood. They are seed starting pots. I've used these a couple of times for my rats. They're chewable, so double enrichment. There's 24 in a pack. And I'm going to put some foraging toys in my shop that are fairly inexpensive. I bought 2 of those. I bought a 3-pack of these. I've posted in my Facebook page for the Etsy shop about some little plant pot hanging foragers that I made. So I'm going to make some for the shop. They've held up really well for my rats. I like the design, so we're going to put those in. Then I've also got little ones. One of these broke, and I actually bought more than I needed. One of them has a crack in it, right? This one is pretty cracked. So we're probably going to throw that away because it's just cracked really bad, and I don't feel like gluing it back together. It was 75 cents, so not worth it. But the rest of them are fine, so we're going to make some more toys with those to put in the shop as well. Mine have also done really well with these small ones, and I think they're really fun and they look cute. Oh no, this one's cracked too. All right, well, I'm going to have to just inspect them. That one's got one too. So I'll have to check them really, really well. And if they're cracked, I'm going to return them. I really only needed 9, and I think I bought 12. So hopefully I got that many. And if not, I'll figure something out. But I obviously don't want the ones with cracks in them. So anyhow, I got those, and I've got another pack of the compostable, plantable ones. So we'll have some fun toys in the shop very soon. Last is Dollar Tree. I bought some more of these bath mats for in my playpen because some of mine have perished. I had 2 sets and I don't know what happened to one of them, but this is the kind I like because the back does not have rubber. It's like treated with some sort of something, but it's not rubbery if you look, and that's why it's sticking together. The chenille bath mats are great for in the playpen because they pull apart very easily, they don't catch toes, and they clean so well. So I really like these. I went ahead and got 3 because I like them to match when I change them out. And I also got these because I needed more beads. I love Dollar Tree's beads. They're pine and they're awesome. And I needed the small ones. I've been having trouble finding them anywhere else. I'm going to use the gold beads for my jewelry making or give them to my kiddo, but I needed the wood ones. So I've got 5 of these beaded lanyards. If you need a lanyard, there were some really cute ones that had little like the clay beads in the middle. I didn't get those because I don't need them. And I'll probably put the clips up. I usually save clips like that, and I'll use them for other things. They're actually very similar to some that I use for items that are in my shop already. So we'll do that. I probably will just put the tassels up for jewelry stuff. So yeah, I use everything. So if I can't use it for other people's rats, I'll use it for mine. And they have cute little hearts at the bottom. So I may use those for myself too. Look at that. That's adorable. So that's what I got the rats from Dollar Tree. Thanks for watching. Bye.